We're so done with new year, new you. This year, it's more you on Bumble. More of you shamelessly sending playlists, especially that one filled with show tunes. More of you finding Geminis because you know you always like them. More of you dating with intention because you know what you want. And you know what? We love that for you. Someone else will too. Be more you this year and find them on Bumble.
Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, reason why this episode is titled No Excuses for Your Behavior, because I feel that there are a lot of people in this world where they act a certain way, they do things, and I'm saying, like, I don't know how many times Ryan's seen them body cam videos where a person will be drunk or high. I've reacted to videos today, and it was both of those things. I take that back. I think the woman was just crazy, but she definitely took some drugs. And maybe she took too much. I don't know what the case may be, but how that woman was acting, that's not normal, all right? And my thing is this, that was the crazy thing about that video. It's like her neighbors pretty much had to fall victim to her behavior. And I'm like, fam, it's that type of stuff where it's like, don't be surprised if them neighbors don't ever, and if that is a thing where it's like you were cool with them neighbors, don't be surprised if they never want to be cool with you again. And it's like, even if you're all like, oh, I'm a changed person, I'm this, I'm that, if they want to hang out with you again, that is their choice on doing that. But if not, don't be surprised. It's one of those things where it's like when you do something, I have to say, that's how I live my life. I live my life thinking of, all right, if I do this, are there going to be consequences afterwards? So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't say this one thing. Maybe I shouldn't do this thing to this person. Whatever the case may be, I'm like, I'm not going to do that, because my thing is this. Let's just say if I did something to somebody and it just got worldwide media coverage, I have to apologize. I have to take accountability for my actions. I can't just be all I know a lot of people are going to be thinking oh, you're most likely talking about just a robot. There's some inspirations from his situation, but it ain't just about that. There are so many different things in times where I've been involved in people's bad behavior. I've seen where friends or family, where they had to fall victim to somebody's bad behavior. And I'm like, fam, why? That's the thing though, where it's why do people want to display their bad behavior? Because I'm like, I don't believe it's excuses. If we are going to mention that, talking on just a robot, his excuses were that he suffers from autism and dyslexia, and that's why he has a communication barrier with other people. Then don't talk with other people. I'm saying it's one of those things, if you know how you are and and it's because that was another thing I think I forgot to mention in the podcast episode and in the video that I did, was that I guess he had been fired from jobs for his behavior. And I'm like, fam, so you decide to have this freedom of speech where it's yeah, you're entitled to say whatever it is that you want to say when it comes down to your YouTube channel, your social media accounts, your TikTok, whatever it is that you got going on. You are entitled to your opinion. If you want to say I voted for Trump and I love Trump and I'm the greatest Trump supporter of all time, guess what? Freedom of speech. You can say that. Yeah, people are going to look at you differently, but you have that God-given right to say and do whatever you want to say and do on the internet. But you have to think about the consequences that follows afterwards. So my thing is this. If you a Trump supporter, probably best you keep that to yourself, just to eliminate, again, freedom of speech. You say whatever, you do whatever. But I think it's probably best if you go to a place where that type of behavior is welcome. Because my thing is this, that's like if, with the content creating career that I have, let's say, I just wanted to, just focus on gaming content, right? My thing is this, if I go to a platform where gaming is not welcome, do you think I'm gonna have, overall, it's just gonna be a negative, career. It's not gonna be the career that I want. I want people to overall watch my content and to be entertained. I don't want people to watch my content and they feel a certain way. So my thing is this, I guess it's one thing where, because I feel like there's two different types of, overall, behavior issues. There's the one where it's pretty much self-inflicted, you're causing it, you're the one bringing it on yourself. And then there's that behavior where it's okay, well, if you're acting a certain way, because I feel like people, they try to get on me about how, I wouldn't necessarily say that I have behavior issues, but then again, I am talking about myself. So let's just say, I guess for everybody else's benefit, I have a little bit of a behavior issue. I get on the internet, I say things, I do things, I don't listen to nobody, I don't listen to nobody's criticism and all that crap. But my thing is this though, why do I? I'm on it's one thing, because it's I look at it as you're going into another person's house and you're telling them how to live. Does that make any sense? When you have your own house, you could go any and everywhere else in the world where you're not near me, but it's you're traveling out your way to come to my house and tell me how to live. That's not gonna make sense to most people. That's not gonna make, all right, because my thing is this, if you're gonna try to argue with that, stop this podcast episode, go over to your neighbor's house and start telling them how to live. If you think that if that requires an argument, because I feel like there are people out there that will argue with that, if they're living recklessly, if they're no, it doesn't matter how they're living. Find something wrong with what they're doing. Hold on for a second. I was because I gotta take my Apple Watch off. I got a text message and it left me a little distracted. But anyways, go over to your neighbor's house and be all I don't like the fact that your house is this color, or I don't like the fact that you have too many things in your garage, or you have nothing in your garage. I don't like the fact that you park your car outside of the garage or inside of the garage. I don't like that your dining room table is face this direction, not face that direction. I don't like the fact that you're watching that on TV. Your neighbor is going to look at you like you're crazy. Because I'm fam, how are you going to come? Ain't that your house right across the street? Ain't that your house right there? You go back at your house and all these things that you just said, you go over there and you do that to your house. Fill the garage up, clean your garage out, park the car inside your house or outside the house, turn to this channel, face your dining room table, however you want to face it. My thing is this, whatever I do in the comfort of my own house, that is me and my business, not yours. So there's been times where I feel like people, they have tried to get on me about more so my attitude towards people. And I'm yes, I am a man with an attitude. When people try to, I guess, approach me in a way where I'm I gotta just stop everything that I'm doing and I can't do what I want to do no more. I gotta listen to you because you know all the right answers. No, you don't. Nobody knows it doesn't. The thing is this, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Nobody knows the right answer. I'm unless it's a math question, then I'm but then who knows? I'm maybe we've been wrong all these years with math. I don't know. But my thing is this, whatever it is that's going on in me in my own life, I'm that. Yeah, I'm always going to know the answers for my life. Now, sometimes them answers might be wrong. Sometimes them answers might be right. And my thing is this, if the answers are wrong, now I got to go out and find the right answers. And if the answers are right, then I'm okay, I got to just continue on doing that, but better the situation. But I'm it's my life. So I'm my thing is this, as long as my behavior issues don't interfere with, my thing is this, and not some, because I know people are going to try to use that against me. They're oh, well, your behavior has interfered in my life. How? That, let's sit down and talk about that. How has my attitude, my behavior, how has it interfered in your life? Because that's something I would love to hear the answer to that. Because I feel that would be a funny answer. That would be an answer where I'm whatever the answer may be, I'm going to laugh about it. But it's if you have that control of turning off because I just feel it's just going to be some haters or something. But it's you could turn my videos off. You can turn my streams off. You can stop listening to this podcast episode. You don't even have to be around me, near me. Let's just have nothing to do with me. So I'm you're at the end of the day, you're bringing it on yourself. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just to satisfy you. I could care less what you got going on in your life. But I'm like, if somehow, some way I'm living in your head rent free and that's bothering you, you got problems. That I'm like, that you got some serious problems. All right. But anyways, but yeah, it's like I had to say, like, for me, I'm like, when it comes down to my attitude, my quote unquote behavior issues, overall, I'm like, that's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, if I look at myself kind of like the sun, for an example. If you get close enough, yes, you're going to feel some sort of heat. Now, if you ain't protected, I don't know what to tell you, so it's just one of those things. But it's like, or maybe not the sun. I feel like now the sun's a bad example. I guess more so if all right, maybe I should say like a wild animal. Yeah, I guess like maybe I can. Yeah, I look at myself like a wild animal, and I'm like, yeah, if you cross into my territory, I'm like, you're going to feel my wrath, and I'm like, that's just is one of those things where I'm all like, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm like, my thing is this. I guess if you ain't something that I can relate to, another wild animal that I'm cool with, then overall, if you anything else, then it's like, yeah, obviously it's gonna be a problem. Well, maybe not. I feel like that's a bad example too. Overall, my thing is this: whatever my attitude or behavior issues may be, I'm like, fam, if you just overall let me be, leave me alone, you don't even have to deal with me. That's one thing about it. It's like you put yourself in a situation where you have to deal with people. So it's like, how do you think that's going to turn out for you? Obviously, it's going to be bad. So yeah, that's why I'm all like, yeah, I guess just talking on myself, I'm like, yeah, I have to say, I have one of those behavior and attitudes where it's like, I just don't like to be messed with pretty much, so, but anyways, but yeah, it's like people that just go out of their way to just just have like an attitude towards people they ain't did nothing to them. And I'm like, fam, like that's something that I talk on all the time, like especially in them body cam videos where it's all like, I'll see where a person, they're taking their anger out on the cops, and it's like, and it's cops that, like, I just watched the one where the guy, and I'm like, fam, he was upset for no reason. I'm like, you like whatever anger you got going on with you, it's like you brought down yourself. So anyways, the guy, so he was upset the fact that I guess his like girlfriend was going out checking on his car, and then a guy had pulled up, started talking with her. He got upset at that. So then I think it was the guy from the car that was talking to his girlfriend had called the cops on them. Cops showed up. He is going off on the cops, and I'm like, fam, for what? And he's like, oh, I don't like the police, I don't like that. I'm like, why don't you like the police? What have the police ever did to you? And I'm like, and if it was a situation where you got arrested, then I'm like, okay, well, look at how you're acting. Look at your behavior right now. I'm like, that's not normal behavior. Where it's like, my thing is this. If you look at every moment in that man's life where he was having a normal conversation with somebody, it's never them yelling, going off, and all this other stuff, because then that's not a normal conversation. If they yelling, going off, and doing whatever towards you, yeah, that's not a normal conversation. If that's the only conversation that you know about where, yeah, you gotta yell, you gotta get an attitude, you gotta, like, just go off on people, I'm like, then you around the wrong people. Because I'm like, the conversations that I look for are calm, cool, collected conversations. I don't look for no arguments. I don't look for no debates. I don't look for none of that. So my thing is this. I guess if I'm in that guy's shoes where, yeah, if I'm hanging out with my girl and a guy approaches her, starts talking, whatever, I'm going to tell dude, I'm like, back off. She's in a relationship. If he ain't backing off, then it's going to be a problem. Then that's why I'm going to have to display my behavior and attitude issues. And then if the cops get called, I'm like, yeah, that guy was talking to my girlfriend. I told him not to. He didn't listen. So a problem occurred. A physical altercation occurred. Because I'm like, fam, you just gonna disregard what I say and act like I'm not here? I'm like, okay, then that's obviously gonna be a problem, But, and then I like to hope and think, so whoever my girlfriend or wife may be, I'm like, you would check that dude and be all like, yes, I am in a relationship. Back off. And I'm like, but if I gotta do the talking, that's when I'm gonna look at the girl, and I'm like, and where was your mouth in this whole, where it was just a vocal altercation? I'm like, you not saying nothing, then that led to a problem, or answer to this problem with me turning it into a physical altercation. And I don't want to do that. But anyways, moving on. But yeah, overall, though, that guy, he was just going off on them cops. And I'm like, bruh, for what reason? Yelling all in the parking lot. And I'm like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, bro, relax. It is okay, you know? So yeah, I'm like, there's just people out there where I'm all like, you got some serious issues. If you allow yourself to get that mad about something, yeah, it's like you got issues. And I know people will probably just be all like, oh, okay, I'm okay with me having issues. No, you should not be okay with you having issues. You gotta go fix them issues. That's one thing where it's all like, you know, if I'm talking on my drama, if I'm talking on or more so the drama that I've been involved in, where it's all like people, they get so upset with my existence, and I'm like, again, why are you putting yourself in a situation where you have to see my existence? I'm like, that's something that you have to work out. But it's like, don't work it out in a way where it's going to be negative for people. Work it out in a way where it's going to be positive for you. Not in a way where it's going to like, oh, people got to get hurt. Because I feel like I'll say that, and then there'll be that one crazy hater where it's like, oh, I got to go take this man's life. No, you don't. The thing is this, right? This is how you overall get rid of somebody that you don't necessarily like watching, if we just using content creating as an example. So yeah, let's say there's a content creator that you don't like. And I don't know, it's like you see that they done uploaded a video. I don't know how you would see that. I guess like my thing is this: if you say not interested, block, ignored, however that situation may be, I guess with content creating to where it's like you can avoid seeing their content, then it's like you don't even have to worry about it. But yeah, let's say that a video of theirs get recommended, it's in your recommendation section. You click on it, you already know you ain't gonna like this video. You already know you don't like the individual involved in the video. So what should you overall do? What should you do with that information that I just laid out for you? Because I feel like a lot of people will answer in a way where it's like, okay, that's not normal behavior. But my thing is this, just I guess using what I would do if there's a content creator that I don't like and their video is in my recommendation section, I'm not even going to click on the video. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to say that I'm not interested in that content creator, and I am going to go on about my business, because that is the best possible thing that I can do. And I'm like, I just don't know why I have to tell people that, because I'm like, you would think that people at an old enough age would know that. But yeah, it's like at times, you know, you got to break stuff like that down to people. And then it's all like, why am I the one telling you this? Like, you didn't have parents or guardians, teachers, uncles, aunts, you know, older people in your life to tell you that stuff. I got to be the one to tell you. That's weird, man. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.